Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new edition of Weekend World with Sophie at PTV World. Today on the show, we are going to have a fantastic theme. Now, I'm super excited and I'll let you know why. Now, there are very few individuals, in my life who I feel have actually done a lot for the society. And I've been really privileged and honored enough to be able to know them in my life. So I am going to be one by one introducing both of them on the show tonight. It is going to be about the beauty industry. As always, we have a quote for you. It goes something like this: "The most beautiful people we have known are those who have known defeat, known suffering, known struggle, known loss, and have found their way out of those depths." And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the two women, the very creative individuals on the show tonight, are going to talk exactly about that. First up, Assalamu alaikum, ma'am. How are you?
Walaikum assalam.
It's a pleasure to have you here. You know I'm a huge fan of yours, and it's an honor to be interviewing you.
I love you too.
And of course, none other than Mussarat Misbah. Now, she is a well-known beautician of Pakistan, considered to be one of the country's first beauty experts who inaugurated the trend of professional beauty salons in Pakistan, now known as Depilex. Now, ma'am, correct me if I'm mistaken. Now, you received formal training of makeup, beauty therapy, and skin treatment from world's prestigious beauty centers in USA, UK, Germany, and France as well. Now, she has been honored with the President's Pride of Performance Award as well, mashallah, which is fantastic. She is also a philanthropist because some years ago, you opened up Smile Again Foundation. And this is basically an organization that helps female survivors of acid attacks in Pakistan by providing them appropriate medical attention. We welcome you to the show. It's an honor.
Thank you so much.
Up next, we have somebody who I'm really fond of, somebody who is young, who is talented, and looking absolutely gorgeous tonight. None other than Redah Misbah Qureshi. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
All right, Redah is, of course, a very young and talented stylist. She is a beautician. She's an entrepreneur. She's the creative director and the creative head stylist at Depilex. She's also the CEO of Sante, the salon. Am I right?
Yes.
She, of course, has a professional degree from a lot of places, and she has a knowledge of cosmetic science to cosmetology, and she has had professional experience not just in Pakistan, but also across the globe. We welcome you to our show tonight.
Thank you so much.
Now, the first question, ladies, that I have for you is that, both of you have had your own vast experiences in the beauty industry while being entrepreneurs and also managing a family at the same time. So my first question is that what is that one thing that both of you have learned from each other in your life?
I have learned to manage time. And for me, giving quality time to my children was most important. And then, of course, your work and how actually, every day it progresses and it gives you experiences every day. I learned from my experiences, but I know that the most important thing for me ever throughout my practical life was to make sure that my children get the most quality time from me.
Wonderful. And what is that one thing that you've learned from Redah, your daughter?
So many things.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, modesty be damned, Of course, we've got Redah in the house tonight.
I think for me, Redah has always been a strength of, a pillar of strength for me, because whenever I'm not well, whenever I'm down, whenever I'm upset, she's the first one to, to ask me, "Amma, is everything all right?"
Sweet. She's your strength.
Yeah, she's my strength.
Wonderful. So, Redah, what about you? What is that one thing that your mom has taught you that you've learned from her in your life? Apart from the fact that she's fabulous, of course.
I'd say that, everyone says their mother is the best, but my mother is actually the best. Her life is a sabak, it's a lesson. Not just for me, but I feel for every woman in Pakistan.
Agreed.
Who's trying to be something. So every stage that I've gone through, the good times, I have kept her as a role model. The bad times, I have seen how she deals with things. So every moment, every phase in my life, I've learned something from her.
Wonderful. So my next question to both of you, both the wonderful ladies, is that when life gets you down, you're completely down and out, there's negativity surrounding you. How do you get out of that quagmire? What is your pillar of strength again? What is your strategy? What is your mantra in life to get out of that mess?
The first thing which I always do is to say to Nafal Shukrana, because I know that whatever difficult phase that life is actually at that time, you know, sucking me in, but I know that is something which God has given me, and I can actually, you know, I can handle it. So I always say thank you to God, because what if it was even worse, what if it was even bad, you know. So that's one thing which pulls me out. And then second thing is, then I sit and I try to figure out, you know, and of course I discuss with Redah, and between the two of us, I think we have managed well.
Because you know, sometimes you have these certain phases in your life and you just think about it and you're like, what now? You know, this is it. You know, my world is over, my life is over.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes you need that trigger point to get up again and face the world.
In that case, I mean, because like, you know, the ups and downs of your life, the times when my children were young, Redah was also very young, and that was not the time when she would give me the strength. My strength at that time would always come from my family, especially my father and my mother, and then my sisters. Amazing family. We are a big family, and we've always been like this. So I always, whenever there was a need for me to get advice, get suggestion, help, they're always there, you know. So my strength at that time, you know, when Redah was young, my children were young, was always my family.
Your siblings primarily, as you
Yes.
mentioned. So, you know, everyone knows about Mussarat, Misbah, the icon, the beautician, the stylist, the diva. So let's talk about you as a regular and ordinary human being as well, on a one-on-one basis. So let's talk about your siblings. How were you as a sister? Were you very funny? Were you the naughty one? Were you the one who was taking care of everyone? You know, some interesting stories from back in the day.
I was the eldest in the family, so automatically I became the most responsible one. Because my other brothers and sisters, we mashallah 5 sisters and 2 brothers, so between 8 of us, I was the eldest. So I was quite responsible when it comes to taking care of them, but then I took advantage of being the eldest also.
Ah, there you go. You exploited it, didn't you? I knew that was coming.
Yeah, to a certain extent, because and now I think even more, because all my brothers and sisters have grown, and I've now become a begum, begum behan, you know. Please, ye pani la do, you know, you have to bring this and you have to do that. I'm too tired. They look at me, Baji, you're tired, you just sit, we'll do it. And then I realize, my God, they're treating me as, you know, old. No way. You know? So
I have to go back to the point when I was, of course, sweet 16 again.
Oh, I am.
You are, of course.
right.
I meant when you were 14 back in the day. So, of course, only 2 years have passed.
Throughout my life, you know, ask Redah now, how old am I?
It's true. Even on my 16th birthday, she was 16. On my 24th, she was also 16. I have never seen her ID card, never seen her passport.
So you need to find out that safe box, you know, which she
I
hides
gave
all
up
her
on
things.
that. I tried, I have to say.
Why should she do that?
You know, just for her own general knowledge.
No.
You know? No, don't you think
I'm
so?
not coming to your program anymore.
Okay, well, I think let her be. She still looks 14. Maybe
Thank
13 and a
you.
half to be precise. There you go. That's a good comeback, Sophie. I'm proud of you. So, Redah, moving on with you now. So, what is your pillar of strength? How do you get out of that mess?
I feel that, I mean, there are many times where there's ups and downs in life. And I feel like sometimes you're in a place where you're really down, and like you said, you're surrounded by negativity and you just don't know what to do.
True.
You don't feel like doing anything, but I really believe, and I've really mastered the art of doing this, is that I believe that no one else can help you except for yourself.
Agreed.
No one else knows you like you know yourself.
True.
And once we start to embrace who we are and understand what we are, how we would react in certain situations, what is the one thing that gets me down? What is the one thing that makes me happy? When you start to know and understand yourself better, I feel that you have the power to pull yourself out of any negative situation.
Agreed.
And of course, the people around you. I mean, it's your choice ke aapke dost kaun hai, who your friends are, who you want to surround yourself with. It is of the utmost importance that you surround yourself with positive people and not people who are going to take you down when
Agreed.
you're down yourself.
You know, that's why people say a person is known by the company he keeps. That's very important. Your company is very important. Because I'm a firm believer of auras. You know, I feel people have different auras surrounding them. Now, they can be negative, they can be positive, but at the same time, they have an effect and influence on your personality and on your life as well. So there are certain phases that, you know, you might feel that, you know, why do you feel so down? Probably because, you know, not even being aware of your own circumstance, you feel as if there are people around you who are always trying to bog you down. And I'm sure both of you, since are so successful, mashallah, a lot of people want to see you fail.
Yeah, I think they get pleasure out of it.
Exactly.
You know? I mean, we have people around us like that.
That's true.
It's true.
Yeah, that's
But I think the trick is just to surround yourself with positivity.
Agreed.
Surround yourself with family, with friends that love you, and you know that they know you and they understand you, and whenever you're in that place, they will inspire you to come out of that negativity.
Completely agree with
And
you.
also, you know, I mean, you being positive yourself, actually, you know, you can actually overcome the negativity. If you're not positive yourself, if you are actually so bogged down with the negativity, then whatever you think, whatever you do would be negative.
Agreed, completely. And speaking of positivity now, something very fresh has just happened in the life of Mussarat Misbah. We are talking about MMM, that stands for Mussarat Misbah Makeup. So this is something that I was reading about online and I was pleasantly surprised. So tell us all about it. I'm really looking forward to trying your latest range as well.
Yeah, I actually have been working in not just myself, but my whole team, which includes Redah, my niece Hafsa, and my other niece Shanzi, and my sister Akku. We've been working on our products for the last 2.5 years now, and making sure that the color products that we are bringing, we have actually going to be we will be launching it very soon. We have worked on it for a very long time. Taking into consideration that these are the products for our kind of people, for our climate, for our complexion.
That's very important.
So it's not a product which has been brought from abroad and then, you know, the tag has been removed and a new tag has been written. So, and that something that, you know, we have not done. We have actually worked on the formulas. We have actually worked on the colors. We have actually worked on the you know, on the shelf lives of those products, how long, and a product which would be easily accessible, easily bought by the people who would like to do that, like to buy quality products because they're expensive. So they think about it twice, and then they have no choice but to, you know, pick up a product which is in their reach.
Of course.
So these are very price range, you know, when you look at those, inshallah, they're very accessible.
They're affordable.
And affordable. And at the same time, amazingly good effect, texture, color, everything that we could think of. Think of our people, our girls, our climate, our tradition, the colors that we are normally looking for. And, you know, you go into 200 different shops and then you pick up a color which you're looking for.
Agree.
So all those colors are there for you.
Right.
And on top of every, you know, good qualities that you'll see, these are totally halal products.
That's wonderful. No, that's great. You know, you were just talking about the fact that whatever people think up of, and right now I'm thinking up of all the interesting makeup range that you're talking about. So, okay, so I, for one, I love red. Okay, but I get a little skeptical when I want to try and use red on my lips. So, in your opinion, what are those colors that people get a little scared of while they want to try them out,
Actually,
but they really suit them?
The best thing about color cosmetic is that you apply. If you don't like it, remove it.
As simple as that.
As simple as that.
No rocket science in that.
No rocket science in that. And then sometimes, you know, you feel that you're not, this color is not going to suit you, not unless you've tried it.
Agreed.
Otherwise, you'll not know. So, you know, you have to be a bit adventurous when it comes to color cosmetics. You have to be at par with the fashion which is elsewhere. I mean, you cannot be doing a kind of makeup or maybe just, you know, for example, an eyeliner that you apply, and that's, you know, it was
done 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Exactly.
But to me, as a good makeup artist, as a good person, you're the best judge of your own makeup and your own features. Try it. see if it suits you. If it suits you and if you can carry it also. Because carrying a certain color, a certain type of makeup is very important.
I completely agree. So Redah, my next question is related to this conversation that we're having. So what are those colors that people are a little skeptical, a little reluctant to try out, but in your opinion, they really suit us, our skin tones and our weather?
When we started working on the cosmetics, on Mussarat Misbah makeup, it was about 3.5, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And although it had been a dream of ours to have, a dream of my mother's to have a makeup line of our own, or inshallah to have a skincare range of our own as well.
Inshallah.
When we started working on the makeup line, we realized that there's so many things and techniques that women are scared of applying or doing. Like, we'll see it on TV, we'll say, oh wow, yeah, that's really done, but we're afraid to try it on ourselves.
Agreed.
And I, for one, I had the red lipstick syndrome. So I was petrified of
By the way, I
putting
love
red-
your red lips
Thank
right
you very
now.
much. It's Mussarat Misbah makeup.
There you go.
The color
I
is
just wanted to
called-
get that out of my system.
The color is called Empower.
Okay.
So when we were producing this makeup line, we worked on, like she said, texture, feel, Pakistan mein, the climate, the kind of skin types that we have. But yes, one of the things was red lipstick, and I tried it on. The first red lipstick I tried on was by Mussarat Misbah makeup. It was a sample, like much before the line actually came out,
Right.
and I realized that it looks good on me.
Actually, it does.
It does. It
And
looks
there's-
stunning.
There's certain other colors, like, you know, the kacha pink.
Right.
It's a very light,
Fluorescent?
not a fluorescent, but a very light kind of pink.
Okay.
That women are, and I've seen that other techniques like contouring.
That is very
women are-
important.
we see it all the time on
Yes.
television or on tutorials or on makeup websites and such, but we're afraid to try it.
Agreed.
But the thing is, just go for it. And we must know that you can carry absolutely anything if you're confident about it. There are no hard set rules about if you've got a round face shape, you can't carry this haircut and that haircut. Yes, there are
Yeah.
guidelines, but if you're confident about it, you can carry
You can
anything.
always carry.
That's
and
true.
you know, like when Redah is talking about contouring and all, in our cosmetic makeup range, we have all these things taken into consideration. Like for contouring and all, we have color palette, which will actually help you in, you know, trimming down your nose or your double chin, and very natural.
Sounds really familiar when she talks about a double chin and a nose, you know, hint, hint. But
No, no,
maybe I should be
you're
one
a
of the first
beautiful
ones
girl.
to try your makeup range. No, this is great because, see, I think people are also a little bit hesitant to try out contouring here in Pakistan. And that is so important, you know, to hide out all your flaws that you have.
And
Why
also,
not?
you know, like your eye makeup, your eyebrows especially, your eyebrows frame your eyes. And I've always seen, you know, when girls are applying eyebrows color or pencils, it's not the right color.
Right.
And it's not always the right shape. So what we have also done with our makeup line is that we're going to be giving different tutorials and tips on our web page,
Okay.
on our
So it's going to be a social
website.
campaign.
Ji,
that
it
way.
will be.
It's going to be a social campaign and a very interactive one.
Okay.
We want the women in Pakistan to understand their facial features, and we as professionals are here to help them. And especially with the use of this makeup range, we will be able to better impart the knowledge and the techniques that they can use on a daily basis.
How nice is that? You know, sometimes I feel people really need to be told what to do. It's actually very important, you know, in order to talk some sense to them, you actually have to tell them, okay, this is the step that you have to take. Wonderful.
And also, I think sometimes you need that assurance, you know, and if it is coming from somebody that you trust,
I'm an expert.
an expert, then of course, you know, you will try it. And I know that, you know, the cosmetic range that we are bringing out, it's going to be amazingly popular, super
Agreed.
popular.
Agreed. So, you know, we're talking about being stylized as well at the same time. So you're a stylist and you're a very popular one with that. So tell me that, what is that one thing that people always look forward to whenever they go ahead and they want to be stylized by Redah Misbah? So that one factor that makes them come to you.
I'd like to say, I mean, I'd like to think myself, but I really focus on a consultation.
Okay.
And which is one thing that I feel like a lot of professionals forget to do or miss out on because we're on such a time crunch and, you know, time is money, so we just quickly skip that vital part out. So for me, it's consultation. And in this consultation it's most important for me because that's the 2 minutes or the 5 minutes where I actually sit and understand my client's needs, understand her lifestyle, the cut or the color or the makeup that I'm going to give her.
It shouldn't be generic.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It should be customized to her needs, to her lifestyle.
Agreed.
So I feel like that time that I had with them before I start a service is the one thing that's important to me.
And that is actually a genuine person who does that, who actually tells you, okay, listen, you're not looking nice in a certain code of dress or whatever. So, you know, you're supposed to change.
I have to tell you this story.
Oh, no.
I want to listen to it.
Oh, my God.
This sounds amazing. I'm all ears.
Redah was very young, and I was going out in the evening to a dinner.
Okay.
And I was not taking it.
I've never heard this one before.
Yeah, all right. So maybe you've forgotten.
Okay.
And so I wore a sari. And because I told her that, no, Redah, you can't go. So she was like, oh, Mani, I have to go, I have to come with you, and you know, that kind of.
This sounds like Redah.
And then, you know, after a while, when I was all ready and set, she says, Amma, you're looking like Lalita Pawar, you know, the Indian actress, you know, with the little border on the sari. And I said, what? And I said, Redah, you're just being naughty now, jealous, you know, and you're just impolite. So she went to her room. Then I went back to the mirror and I said, let me check, you know, maybe I'm looking like, you know, the hostel matron or,
exactly.
you know, the head nurse. And I was like, and the sari actually had a little, you know, border.
So look at her eye.
My God.
You know, she was so apt and to the point.
But I changed then.
You changed. And Redah, look what she did.
I'm sorry, I don't remember this.
Yeah, all right.
But see, that is what I'm talking about. It's very important for your expert to actually tell you by being very, very honest. So since we're talking about, you know, makeup trends as well at the same time, you know, summer is fast approaching, and to be very honest, it's going to be crazy. Now, obviously, we can't really apply those heavy base products and those heavy makeup trends and all of that. So what is going to be in this summer? The kind of colors, Redah, the kind of tones people should be having over on their face, and maybe the hairdos even.
Well, in the makeup, the trends that we're seeing is the wash.
Okay.
Which is this technique that we use on the eyes.
Okay, what's that?
The wash is basically when you take a brown or a nude colored eyeshadow and you just apply it to your whole eye.
Okay.
And then line it, pack it with mascara.
Okay.
And since makeup is all about balance, is the one thing that my mother has always taught me. So if you're keeping your eyes on the down low, then you must highlight your lips.
Agreed.
Or if you're keeping your eyes quite heavy, you're like quite
light mouse.
worked upon, then keep a light lipstick. So in the summers, a lot of reds are in, and sort of terracottas and burnt oranges and colors like that. So
nice, so bright colors are in, orange and
bright
red
colors
and all of that. So I remember that, you know, people used to love those braids, you know, about a year,
Absolutely.
2 years ago. So are they still in? Do you think they're going to be in this summer?
Internationally, I feel like for hair, we finally have a trend that we can apply to Pakistani women and hair types as well, which is the center parting and a straight blunt cut with just layers focused on the front.
Right.
So it's an international trend. Usually what happens is there's an international trend, but we really can't apply it to our dressing or our way of life. But I feel like this is the one trend that looks great on Pakistani
You know, I
women.
haven't tried that in ages, because I remember I used to do that a lot. The center parting, and then, you know, either straight hair or you could just blow dry your hair. So it's going to come back again this summer.
Back. All of the international runways and fashion shows.
And even, you know, with the long hair, the same center parting, maybe small braids, you know, which could just
be
braids
pinned
pinned at the back, and then have, you know, nice. Even if you have layers, you could still, you know, wear it with just little braid there and
They
the
look
center
nice and
parting.
pretty and very feminine. Yeah. So according to you, both of you, what was that one fashion fad that was hideous and you thought that, you know, should never have happened in the first place, but some people are still following it?
I'd have to say that God-forsaken ombre. I hated
God-forsaken?
it. Was so bad. Like, it was really, really bad. And everyone was doing it. It's some trends.
Did you do it too?
Not for us. No, I did not.
I wouldn't let her.
It was this blonde from the bottom and darker as we go up. I just feel like on our skin tones, that blonde really doesn't, it clashes with our skin tone.
Agreed.
So, I mean, there were other kinds of ombres as well, like red to brown or like a deep, you know, like
unless you're really fair.
unless
you
you're really,
really
I just
fair.
felt like it was such a bad trend. Until today, I see people. I mean, it suits some people. Some people have gotten the perfect ombre and it looks, but majority of them, 80% of them have just.
You know, one thing
It was
I've
a
noticed these
disaster.
days as far as hairstyle is concerned, I've noticed that you have these, a different color here on the roots, and then you've got a different color, you know, at the front. So this is also something that I've seen recently in different people.
I
They
think
look
it
really
started
nice,
off
though.
with the ombre and then it's come through
The
there
reds
was
and
a sombre
the-
as well.
yeah.
But now, I mean, now the current trends of color are quite nice.
So what about you, ma'am? What do you think? The most hideous fashion fad ever that you thought was horrendous?
Actually, there was a time when I'm not talking about the color cosmetics and all, especially the bridal makeup, when the brides would insist on having the thick eyelashes. Small eyes, large eyes, bulging eyes, they all wanted to have those thick eyelashes.
Yeah, they
and
look
it would
really
look
bad.
very, you know, very bad actually.
And tacky, actually. Not
So,
really that
you know, I mean,
sophisticated.
even today when we're doing makeup, we actually, you know, tell our clients that, you know, you can go for definitely some lashes and all, but there's beautiful eyelashes. Remember the one that you've just started using? They're amazing lashes, but not those thick artificial ones. You know, which
Agreed,
are not.
completely agreed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in conversation with the very, very talented Redah Misbah, and of course the one and only Mussarat Misbah. Stay tuned into Weekend World with Sophie. We shall be right back because right after the break, we've got something very special for you. Stay with us. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. You're watching Weekend World with Sophie. And the quote that I have for you up next is going to be something that I was thinking about, had me thinking. Goes something like this: the beauty of a woman must be seen from her eyes, because that is the doorway to her heart, the place where love resides. Of course, it's a very famous quote by Audrey Hepburn, and we are in conversation with the lovely Mussarat Misbah and Redah Misbah. So taking forward that conversation, do you like movies? Because you just talked about Audrey Hepburn, you know, she was beautiful, and her concept of beauty was entirely different.
Yeah, I like
Were you
movies.
always into movies? Did you like watching Hollywood movies?
Not always. Whenever I would get time, I would like to, you know, maybe indulge in 3 hours, which is too much of waste for me. But
Because you're such a busy woman.
yeah, it is actually, and that's the time when I would like to relax. And my relaxation is mostly reading, you know. But if Redah tells me or somebody else tells me, yeah, you know, you have to watch this movie, this is really good. So I said, "Acha, theek hai," and then, you know, I mean, if I do get time, I watch that.
So any good recommendations from Redah does the trick for you, basically.
Yeah.
Nice. Speaking of Redah, by the way, I know for sure that you love watching TV seasons as well.
Yes, I do.
So what is that one season that you're following these days?
So it's Game of Thrones and it's about to come
Oh
out.
my God, you still
and I'm
haven't finished
really
Game of Thrones,
excited.
Redah?
No, I finished it, but this new season is about to come out.
Yeah, I'm really excited
And
about
House
that.
of Cards is amazing.
I didn't like the third season that much.
I'm on the 3rd season.
You are? So, okay. So basically the problem between the wife and the husband is going to start very soon.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Don't spoil it.
I'm
for
not going to
me.
spoil it for you. I just said it's going to start very soon. I'm not going to tell you how it ended. So yes. All right. So when we talked about makeup trends earlier, then we were talking about MMM as well. Now this is something that I'm really looking forward to, is the new College of Cosmetology. Now correct me if I'm mistaken. I'd like to mention something. Basically, this college would offer a unique learning environment along with hands-on training and experience to excel the expectations of their students and inspire them to be creative. Their cosmetology curriculum is specifically designed to inculcate students for the international beauty arena, which is fantastic. So tell us about that.
Well, the institute is something, education has been something that's always been part of Deplex. When Deplex opened in 1980, by 1981 we had an institute. But as time progressed, we started affiliating ourselves with international examining boards. And our main aim is that we want women in Pakistan or men in Pakistan. I mean, it's not about men and women, it's about Pakistan, it's about a nation, it's about education, and it's about the future and moving forward.
How wonderful.
So our main aim was that at any time, for anyone in Pakistan, they never feel that in Pakistan we are getting any less of an education in the field that myself and my mother are concerned to as compared to abroad. So we wanted to do the same level of education and give that to the people of Pakistan. And with the help of City and Guilds, we have been able to offer diploma level courses which are quite high and up to level 3. So they have level 1, which is entry level, and then level 2, and then level 3 is quite advanced.
So if I enroll myself in the program, what is the first process A and what is the duration of it?
So the first process A is that we counsel you, and we see what your needs are.
Okay.
And according to that, we will tell you what course is suited best for you. Our minimum, we have short courses, but the diploma courses are 3 months and onwards.
That's wonderful. So where did this idea suddenly come in from? Were you always thinking about it, or was it about a year that you've been working on it?
I mean, education is something that's been our priority, and it was a very proud moment for us when we opened the doors to our college. But we've been working on it for a very long time.
Tell us about your team as well, the team involved in your College of Cosmetology.
From my working staff, from the hairdressers to the beauty therapists to the management to the marketing, the public relation, the legal. It's so important. I feel like to be successful, you have to have a solid team to take you, to help you get to that successful place.
The same vision, they have to understand
most
you.
qualified also. They are very qualified, and they've got loads of experience. So, you know, when we're talking about College of Cosmetology, we're actually talking about imparting not just the education, but the experience, which is 35 years of our experience that goes to our students. And like we're so proud of our whole team. The
Actually,
teachers
we're
and
so proud of
everyone.
you, ma'am. To be very honest, we're so proud for both of you to actually always inculcate the spirit and the patriotism of Pakistaniyat, if that's a word, amongst our country people, because that was something that was always missing. It's something which is ours, something that we have ownership with, and of course it starts with education.
And also, you know, like, because in this field, particularly in the beauty industry and beauty field, there are girls who come from very humble backgrounds. Maybe they don't have the right kind of education, but for them to have the right technical education is very important for them to be empowered. So we are empowering, you know, our nation.
And we're so lucky that we're in a place where we can impart this knowledge onto other women.
No, this
I mean,
is great.
we feel like it's our responsibility.
And this is wonderful. See, it's amazing to see the kind of thinking that both of you have, mashallah. It's amazing because, you know, Auntie has had an experience of so many years, and she's finally bringing this to the table for so many people to actually, it's a very tangible experience.
It is,
you know, experience is something that you can actually touch, and you can actually learn, and you can cushion it forward and take it forward in your life. And you are so young and talented, Redah, and it's amazing that the way you think. It's amazing the way that you come up with such ideas for people. It's brilliant. So kudos to you and your team for coming up with something fantastic. This again reminds me of another one of your projects. It's called Smile Again Foundation. And so tell me what exactly is going on these days, the current projects that you're working on, anything interesting that's going on for this year, 2015, for Smile Again Foundation?
Smile Again Foundation is now our company's corporate social responsibility, actually. And only recently, last week, we had a team of surgeons who had come from Spain. And that particular day, when it was a free medical camp for those girls, there were 35 girls who had come, you know, from all over Pakistan.
Okay.
And while they were being examined by the doctors for their surgeries, we had amazing team of friends, and you know, groups had come. They were singing with them. There were young children also who were burnt, and you know, it was like a happy day for them. So and then we have eminent you know, people from different walks of life. They all appreciated. Some of them were quite shocked, because maybe they have heard about it, they have maybe seen, but actually being with the patients and the victims was an experience which they will not forget for a very long time. So right now we are you know, in the process of training more girls.
Okay.
And that also reminds me that in every batch of students that we always have 1 or 2 acid burnt or kerosene oil burnt victims, free of any, you know, charges to take these courses.
Right.
Obviously, according to their amplitude, if they are, and of course, whether they could do a certain
Tasks that it's assigned to them or
assigned
not.
to them. So they are always there, and you have seen these girls working at Deplex.
Yes, I've seen it. I'm a witness to that.
Yeah. So
Yes.
so you know, empowering again those unfortunate girls is also one of our main goal. And at Deplex College of Cosmetology, you'll always see someone or the other, you know, who's taking a professional degree from there also.
Oh, wonderful. That's a first. And you know, one thing I'd like to mention to everyone who's watching Weekend World right now as well is that Smile Again Foundation is not just a regular organization, because we have a lot of NGOs, a lot of organizations in which people claim that they do a lot and they are concerned. But one thing that I've noticed is that she gave a lot of psychological training.
Yes, we
You know, there are psychologists as well to help overcome the sort of experience and the shock that those people went through.
Yeah, not
and
just them,
vocational
but
training.
the whole family and the training, yes.
And that is something which is concrete, it has substance. It's not just you saying it just so that you could be in the newspaper or in the media, just like a lot of people, they do that actually, just because they open up an organization for the sake of just, you know, telling people, oh, you know, we're a fantastic humanitarian. So it's not like that. And this is something that I've actually witnessed myself as well, because you give them vocational training and there are psychologists involved and they actually get somewhere in life, which is amazing.
That's true.
So with that said and done, ladies, it was a pleasure. But before anything else, now we do have a segment, and this one has been specially designed for both of you. So we just did a little bit of an activity, and the activity was before the show, but I do feel that both of you were cheating, so I might give both of you -2 points for that. So the idea...
I wasn't cheating actually. The thing was that those questions were so funny because, you know, all the time when we are talking and we are sitting with each other, you know, Redah is very funny. She's
Actually, both of you have a funny bone, and I think she takes up after you.
I think it's her sense of humor.
It's her sense of humor. It's just there. And you know, sometimes I feel that, I'm sure that a lot of your friends tell you that, but both of you, if you're trying to actually crack a joke, you're so serious about it that the other person is like, okay, were you kidding? Or was it actually a joke? I'm sure that happens to both of you.
yes.
It happens a lot. So what we did was that we basically gave them a printout of how well they know each other. So let's take a look finally and see that how well do they actually know each other. Okay, so we are going to
She was actually telling me that she's going to write embarrassing things.
She's going to write embarrassing things. I think that's going to be a fun show now. So basically, we asked both of them 10 questions just so that we could see how well they know each other. Okay, now excellent, you guys. Who drew a heart here? Who was the one who drew a heart? Was it Redah or was it Auntie?
me,
It was you, okay. So instead of writing down your names, you actually drew something. So
Yeah, why
it's
not?
interesting. It's a very, very creative way of doing that. All right. So, Auntie, your favorite color is purple, is it?
No.
What is it?
Pink.
Oh, minus
Purple
one.
is from the family of pink.
-1. Okay, her best friend
Did
is
you write
Asya
purple?
Sayal.
Oh my God, why?
Isn't you had purple curtains and purple clothes and purple bags and
No,
purple
Redah.
lipstick?
I think you need to go and get your eyes checked.
Fine.
And by the way, it's the color royalty.
Yeah.
You know, your
Now
Highness.
it'll become her favorite color.
Exactly. So your best friend is Asya Sayal.
Yes, she is.
Okay, that's correct. Congratulations. Your weakness, your children. Yes, correct. Your favorite food item is shorba gosht?
Yes.
Really? Nice. Okay,
You can give me shorba gosht every day.
Ah,
3 times a day and she'll happily have it.
nice. Acha, so she is the happiest when she is with Smile Again Foundation.
Yes, with the girls.
Okay, that's right. So your favorite film is, what is it exactly are you trying to write here, Redah? Because I'm unable to understand.
I don't even remember.
Okay, I have
I-
no idea. What
Munawwar
is your
Zarif.
favorite?
Any movie which is of Munawwar Zarif, I
I think
love.
I
Ah,
wrote
of
my
course you
numbers
did.
Zarif.
You don't even know, huh?
That was done. So, okay, you love to style this celebrity up, and that is Aisha Sana. That's your favorite celebrity? Okay. When does she get the angriest? When I steal her shoes.
And I've done that today.
Really?
My
Saima.
God, I mean, every time, there's times when I'm looking for, you know, my shoes and they're not there. I know that, oh my God, it's with
And then
Redah.
she calls me and I say, "Nahi ma, मेरे पास बिल्कुल नहीं है
और
वो."
मैं कहती हूँ रिदा, फिर वो कहती जी हैं.
Oh my God. So half of your shoes are probably just
Yeah.
disappeared off from your closet. So tell me about the love of your life. Auntie, who is the love of your life?
Look at her.
I mean, it has
Stop
to
giving
be
her
me.
signs.
It has
Okay?
to be me.
Let the lady
I mean, if it's
answer.
not, then we're going to have problems here.
Actually, you know, my children, my parents, and my brother and sisters.
I'm so sorry, Redah. It wasn't you. I know that it breaks your heart and your heart is
Clearly.
probably broken
We
into
have
pieces.
Please.
But
My children, मैंने कहा तो उसमें ये भी तो आ ही
exactly,
जाती
you
है.
know, you're just one of the
I'm
people.
part of
Yeah.
it.
Exactly. So that wasn't that bad. So let's talk about your favorite music as well. So what sort of music do you really like and the artists that you really admire? And if I were to ask you about your favorite Pakistani singer, who would it be?
Noor Jahan.
Ah, Madam Noor Jahan.
Yes.
The
Madam.
melody queen. She was fantastic. God bless her soul. So not bad, Redah. I think about 2 points, which is not bad. So 8 out of 10, not bad. Let's see
I
if
think
Auntie can do better.
Abhi, I just can't imagine that you write purple.
You had purple. Her room in our house at one point, in our old house, used to be purple.
No, but
From the
she's-
bed sheets to the curtains.
I would agree with that,
to the
Auntie.
furniture.
Yeah, but
Those are big hints.
maybe then I
yeah.
changed my favorite color.
So she changed her mind
I
and
mean,
she
that's not
changed her
my
favorite
fault.
color.
Why,
If you're
it's your
indecisive about your color choices.
No, I think it's your lack of observation.
Why?
Why did you not observe?
You just have to accept what she has
Pink
to
it
say.
is. Pink it is.
Pink it is now. Purple is out. All right, so are you ready now? Now, Ridha's favorite color is white, is it?
Yes.
Who's your best friend?
Well, Sanam is a childhood friend.
Okay, not bad, that is correct. So, you know, there are a lot of things that you love in this world, you know, like for instance, your work, your family. So if I were to ask you, what is your weakness in life, what would that be?
My weakness would probably be food or sweet things, I guess.
Like
Sweet,
chocolate?
like chocolate.
There you go.
Chocolate is my weakness.
There
it's
you
true.
go. And since we're talking about food, what is your favorite food item, your favorite dish?
Biryani.
Are you kidding me?
I swear.
Biryani.
imagine-
it's
Actually, I'd just like to add my favorite thing is Sophie's lasagna.
Ah.
You can't imagine how good it is.
No, but
It's a
because
superpower,
I have
it's
never
something.
tasted it, so I could only think of what she always eaten at my table.
No, it's biryani or Sophie's lasagna.
So basically, that's a hint for me because I'm supposed to bake the lasagna for her and bring it over next week.
And she promised, she's been promising me for some time now. I've been
Promises
waiting
are
for
meant
it.
to be broken, my love. So there you go. So biryani, that is correct. Auntie is rocking, man. She's
She's
rocking
spot
this
on.
round. Okay, so you are the happiest when?
I am the happiest when
Imagine yourself being the most happy.
I would say with my daughter.
Oh, Zoe.
Zoe.
Which reminds me, by the way, that you know, you mashallah are the mother of a beautiful daughter, that's Zoe, and you know, your husband Shamal Qureshi is you know, the man behind Tony and Guy here in Pakistan. So tell me that what is that one thing that you feel that has changed in you after you got married and after you embraced motherhood?
I think after I embraced motherhood, I know this sounds very cheesy and cliched, but you really don't know how much you can possibly love someone once you have a child. I can't imagine what I'd do
It's
without her.
unconditional, isn't
It's
it?
unconditional. And also after I became a mother, I developed another level of respect for my mother. For, you know, you realize what it feels to be a mother, and then you think of all of the times that you've really been an irritating, you know, child. Sorry, ma.
Sweet.
So yeah.
You know, but I remember, you know, when Ridha's baby was born, I was there in London, and there were things, you know, like changing the diaper or
I wouldn't know what to do, so I'd be like,
Amma, what do I do? What do I do?
आप ले लें इसका diaper change कर लें.
And you know,
I'll
it's
see you in 2 minutes.
and then also
First time, mommy.
Yeah, and you know, like asking her to eat, you know, energetic food, taking care of her diet and all, and she says, "Ye, matlab, what is this?" And I say, "This is haldi and milk." She says, "So I have to drink this?" Yes. So I mean,
So you were ordering her even back
Oh,
then. Poor Redah. I can so
But it was
feel for you.
amazing. It's been an amazing experience.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
That's sweet. And Zoe, by the way, I must mention, ladies and gentlemen, is a beautiful, beautiful daughter, mashallah. She's amazing.
Mashallah.
Wonderful. Okay, so if I were to talk about your favorite films, since we were talking about TV shows earlier, let's talk about your favorite films as well. What
Well,
sort of films do you love?
I'm going to say she's written down something and she told me कि मैं Sound of Music लिख रही हूँ. And I said, no, Ma, don't you dare. It's my guilty pleasure, you know.
Don't
Like,
you think
I
there
don't.
should have been a TV show called Enakwala Jin as well in one of your favorite?
I don't know what you're talking about, Sophie.
Yes, we are going to talk about this
I don't know
now.
what you're talking about.
On
I
national
was
TV.
never in the Enakwala Jin.
Enakwala Jin.
Jin. Oh my God. And
I
Ekwala
was
Jin.
never in it.
And then, of course.
Auntie, can you do a little bit of an act of what Redah used to do? Or Redah, could you do that for us,
please do
please?
that.
Come on. Come on, Redah.
I'll tell you where this Enakwala Jin
Redah,
story starts.
Redah,
Yes,
Redah. Come on, Redah. You can do it for us on Weekend World. Come on, you can do
मैं
it.
को काफ की परी हूँ और मैं आपको सही करने आई हूँ. This never happened, by the way.
This so happened.
I'm telling you, never happened.
There was this one birthday.
No, I'll tell you. I was an obese child in school और मैं glasses पहनती थी और मेरे लोग मजाक उड़ाते थे Enakwala Jin क्योंकि उस वक्त वाकई में बच्चे नहीं.
They were crazy about Enakwala Jin.
They were crazy about it, but I was never in Enakwala Jin.
Of course. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, it's just to let you know that she was definitely in Enakwala Jin, and she was this pari, and then she used to dance around and prance around in a beautiful dress. By the way, she looked lovely. You love to style this celebrity up. Who would be that celebrity?
There are a lot of celebrity friends, but I'd say Marine Murtaza.
Okay.
She's an artist, and she gives me complete freedom. Also, there's QB. I'd had a lot of fun cutting her hair, and
She's got so much hair. My
yeah,
God.
so much
She's
hair.
got very thick hair.
I've cut Marine Rahil's hair also. She's also a pleasure to work with, always.
So, you know, do you get angry? Pretty
I
often?
do, no. It happens once in a while, and when it happens, it's really bad.
Really?
But it usually happens at work, if there's something that's upset, if there's something that she's upset about, or something that's not working. Then, like once in a blue moon, I
Because
get
when we
angry.
have this meeting of staff, and she's always with me. I remember, you know, when she was very young, she would say, Amma, you're going to hold a meeting today? I say, yes, Friday. Are you going to scold them? So
I used to get really happy, but now I get really angry that she's scolding people.
Really?
Now it's the opposite.
It's the opposite. So,
It's the opposite.
you basically get the angriest when people make you angry.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Or whenever she's upset.
Okay, so your favorite music is normal. So what is normal?
I mean, I keep
She probably didn't know the answer to
Exactly. She's like, yeah, normal. You know, like normal
I
people
said
listen
I'm
to
going
music.
to write headbanging music. because,
Headbanging music. All right, and the love of your life.
Would be my family, my
All
husband.
right.
Yeah.
Your husband, your family, 10 on 10. Auntie takes the cake.
Oh, yeah.
Auntie takes the cake. That was very well
Where is the
done,
cake?
both of you. But this basically segment was designed specially for both of you. So, you know, because we decided that the mother and daughter duo are especially here at Weekend World, so we decided to do. Now, Redah, this one is for you basically. And I really wanted to ask you questions pertaining to the new age media. Now, it's all about online journalism. It's all about the social media these days. So tell me, do you think all the online journalists are actually doing their job really well? All the bloggers, all the fashion journalists? Or do you think they're abusing the power?
Well, I feel that we're truly blessed with so much talent, and I feel especially the fashion industry where we have, I mean, that's where I feel like we have the most bloggers. The
True.
fashion industry is really coming up and it's blooming, and we're very, I mean, all the bloggers are very talented and they're just amazing. However, I feel like sometimes there's a bit of a bias. I've seen journalists go to Fashion Week and wear the clothes of whoever the designer is
They pick their
showcasing.
side.
And obviously, if you're wearing, say, like whichever XYZ designer's clothes, who has invited you to give them your clothes, like especially to wear on that show, it's hard to write something sort of bad about their collection.
But what about
or-
ethics of journalism? Doesn't that count? You have to be neutral, don't you?
you have to be neutral, but I feel like sometimes it's biased. But generally, I feel like we're very talented in the industry. It's really coming up, and it's
True. And you also have a blog of your own. And you write, you know, as Redah Misbah, and it's called the Redah Misbah Factor.
Yes.
So tell me the kind of response that you get. What do people really want to know about? Is it always about, oh, I have a pimple on my face, how do I get rid of it?
Yeah, no, the thing is that I started writing in 2008 with the help of a few close friends who said you must write. It's because I've been through a lot of beauty disasters. I used to have the worst acne in the world.
I heard.
And because of that, I tried a lot of products. And because of that, I mean, it was kind of a positive now that I think about it, because I overcame that acne and I learned about my skin better. So I felt like I was in a position to help people with their skin and their makeup, and everything that I blog about, I have used myself.
And you've experienced
and
it.
I've experienced it. So the response has been really good, because it's a hair, makeup and skin blog, and a lifestyle blog as well.
And because it's the Redah Misbah factor.
And because it's Redah.
That's a very important factor.
The questions are really fun. I really have fun interacting with my followers and the people who...
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. So ladies, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And I wish you all the very best for the new college, for MMM, and for anything that you do up next as well, Redah. It was a pleasure once again. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we were in conversation with the lovely Mussarat Misbah and Redah Misbah. And we were talking about being, you know, a good humanitarian. We were talking about the beauty industry as well, and basically about good human beings. Now, I have a quote for you, and it goes something like this. For beautiful eyes, look for the good in others. For beautiful lips, speak only words of kindness. And for poise, walk with the knowledge that you are never alone. On that note, God bless us. God bless Pakistan. Have a great night.